What's up, guys? It's Emily back with another video. So today I'm going to be doing a girl talk for you guys on how to actually love yourself. I feel like this is such a perfect topic to talk about, especially people, women, men, young girls, teenagers, older women, whoever you are watching this video. I feel like a lot of people struggle to love themselves or find ways to love themselves. So I'm going to give you guys tips and advice on how to actually love yourself. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Leave a like, a comment, and let me know down below what you guys think. And let's get this started. So guys, I'm feeling extra positive today. It is such a beautiful day out. It's 65 degrees by me, and I feel like sitting down by the window and just talking to you guys about how to actually love yourself is such a perfect day to do this. So first things first is there is different levels of loving yourself. There's self-love, there's your self-esteem, there's self-acceptance, there's focusing on yourself, and there's just so many different levels to loving yourself. The first thing I want to say is some people don't realize that, okay, you could feel confident in a picture, or you could look at yourself in the mirror, or you could just feel good one day and feel so negative about yourself the next. And that is a normal thing, let me tell you. I've had days where I've felt so happy with myself, and then the next day I'm just like, oh my god, I'm so ugly. Like, my skin is not working with me today. My hair is just a mess. I just don't look like this person. Like, you start being so negative on yourself. Like, you start trying to compare yourself to others. You start to just talk negative and down on yourself. And that goes into fear with loving yourself, because when you're trying to love yourself and you're on this self journey of trying to heal your inner self and trying to actually learn to love yourself, instead of putting yourself down negatively, you gotta find ways to bring yourself up. Basically, put post notes on your mirror and say things that you wanted to always say to yourself, not what others have said to you, what you want to say to yourself. I've done that a couple of years ago, and it was one of the best decisions I ever made. I basically put all the good things about me and all the things that I actually wanted to work on for myself, and basically I worked on them through the years. Sorry guys, there was somebody looking at me while I was talking, and I was like, anyways, back to what I was saying. So yeah, you got to, I've done that so long. I did that so long ago, and sometimes I do it every year to let myself know, like, hey, you're beautiful, hey, this. Like, you got to talk to yourself positive to learn to actually love yourself, and not always bring yourself down. I know there's gonna be days where you feel so negative about yourself, whether it's the way you look, whether it's the way you feel on the inside, whether it's just everything going on in your life. You just are going to think of every negative thing that's going on in your life, and you're just going to put yourself down. The one thing I want to say is also is focusing on yourself. Basically what I mean by that is focus on yourself. Do not rush into getting in a relationship because your friends are in a relationship, or don't rush into trying to find your self-discovery. I feel like going through your self-discovery is going to help you learn to love yourself and how to be loved by others, whether it's a significant other, whether it's by your friends, and whether it's by your family. You're going to learn to how to be loved and how you should be treated. You know, you got to do things for yourself for you to know your standards and what you want for yourself. If you're just saying, I want this, that, and a third, but you don't realize how broken your true self is, it's not gonna work, and it's gonna make you look kind of like needy in a way. it took me a very long time. I'm still learning to love myself, but I feel like I've grown so much since like 2013 of struggling with how to love myself and how to find myself and accepting myself. I went through like a self-discovery, and I felt like it was one of the best things. I learned so much about myself. I learned how to paint. That was something I know I could have did, but I was so doubtful of myself, and I put myself down all the time, and I'm like, I can't do this. I'm not like other people. I can't be a painter, or I can't do makeup because I'm not like a beautician. You know, you got to put yourself in things that bring fear to you. And I know fear is very scary. I've put myself in such fear-like situations where I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. There's no way I can do this. And one day I just did it, and I was like, oh my God, I did it. You know, and that's like self-acceptance. Like, and you just keep working on it and just getting better within yourself. So, you know, it's gonna take a very long time to go through your self-discovery. And one thing I could say is, don't look for clarification from others. Look for clarification through yourself. If what you look at your standards for yourself when you are going through the self-discovery, whether it's taking yourself on a date night, going to a restaurant by yourself, having a spa night, having an at-home date, taking yourself out for ice cream, going to the movies by yourself, whatever it is that you want to do for yourself, you're going to discover what you want for yourself. Okay, this is what I want in a relationship. This is what I want from my friends. This is what I want, what people I want in my life. This is what I want from my family. This is what I want for myself. If this is not what you want for yourself, you're not going to get it from others. And if you can't find the others that are going to give you the treatment that you deserve, it's not for you. That's also a part of self-discovery. If others can't give you what you want, it's not for you. It's something that you just don't need in your life, and you need to remove it. That includes people, that includes hobbies, that includes things that are just making you feel so negative, and people that are making you feel so negative and down about yourself. You know, there are some really cruel people out in this world where they feel like this is a competition of who looks better, or you have more of this for yourself than they do. So some people envy it, and some people are very jealous. And there's nothing wrong with that, but they have to go through their own self journey where they have to learn to love themselves to get to where you are. You know, this is the one thing I can say. A lot of people think that they have to fit in society because of celebrities, and they look at celebrities and they go, oh, they have the perfect body. They have this, they have this. Society is a way of brainwashing us. You know, for so long, I compared myself to all these skinny celebrities, and even these plus size models. You know, they didn't have cellulite. They had a flat tummy. They had barely any thick thighs. They were considered plus size in the social society viewpoint. And it was so unrealistic that I had to break that cycle in my mind and go, okay, this is not reality. This is their reality. This is not my reality. And I got to make my own reality into what I want it to be. I hope that makes sense. Is finding your passions, finding your acceptance. The one thing I could say is, when you're finding your passions, when you're going through your self-discovery, it's going to take a lot. It's going to go from your inner child, things from your childhood that you struggled with. Everything's going to come together as whatever age you are right now. I'm going to be turning 25, and I feel like there's certain things from my inner child that needed healing, and I've been working on it for the last few years. And you know, a lot of people don't understand it. You're going to get judged. You're gonna get judged of why you want to go to an amusement park, or you want to go do this for yourself, and you want to do that for yourself. People are gonna be like, oh my god, she's acting like she's 10 because you want to do childlike things. And that's okay to do that at a certain age. You know, some people's journeys are from their childhood are not healed. And when you're going through finding your passions, let me tell you guys, I have discovered a lot of passions when I went through the self journey. I went through a self journey before I met Matt, and while I was with Matt. I was on like this self-love journey where I was like, oh yes, I'm gonna snap back, I'm gonna lose weight, and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, because I felt like I needed to fit in society. And that's when I was 15 years old. And when you are trying to fit in society, you're gonna I'm gonna be honest with you guys, when I put myself through that, I felt like I had like a lost identity, because I didn't know who I was. And when you're trying to fit into society, or you're trying to fit into your circle or your circle of friends and things like that, I had people in my life that I had removed that I didn't feel like we fit each other, because they dressed a certain way and I was the complete opposite from them. And I noticed that they try to push the way they dressed on me, or the way they did things on me. And for so long I was like, no, I cannot accept something like that. So when I was with Matt, I went through this discovery. I could say one thing though, like, I learned to love myself the year before that, but when I met Matt, he made me realize like everything that I was going through when I was 15, 14, 16 years old, of what I wanted as my standards, he fit my standards. He fit what I deserved. Things I was doing for myself, I was taking myself out, going to the park, going out to eat by myself. Like, I was doing things for me. And when I met somebody, I was like, no, I'm independent. So when Matt met me, it was a whole new like ballpark for him, because he never met somebody like me. And he was trying to find himself also. So I feel like when me and Matt met each other, we helped each other love ourselves, and we helped each other like find our hobbies. One of my passions was makeup. For so long, makeup was one of my passions. And one day in 2015, I started YouTube. And when I started YouTube, I knew I always wanted to be a YouTuber, and I didn't know what my passion was. And when I was 15, I was like, I'm gonna start doing makeup. And one thing I could say, guys, like from my inner child, is I despised makeup when I was a kid. But as I got older, I was like, I found it such an inspiration to be creative on your face and make people feel beautiful. And when you did you did others' makeup, and you did makeup for yourself. And I didn't look at it as a cover-up of loving myself. I looked at it more as a passion. A lot of people use makeup as a way of hiding their what is that word called? Their flaws. And I didn't use makeup for that. If anything, I could say I used clothes as a way of hiding my flaws with my body. But my face, I've always been very confident with my face, and makeup was one of the things that I knew that I was going to love to show off my talent. And when I started this journey of passion with finding myself with makeup, it made me really love myself more. I had different viewpoints of myself. It made me learn to love myself naturally without makeup and with makeup. It made me love myself. It made me learn to love myself. Help me learn for the person I'm in love with love me either with or without makeup. And if the person I was ever with, whoever I was going to be with in the future, if they couldn't love me with how I looked, they can't love me at all. So I feel like a lot of it is learning to do a lot of self-acceptance, accepting the negativity, accepting judgmental people, okay, one thing I can say is when you're going through your self journey is put yourself in a fearful situation. One thing I could say that I did for myself that was very fearful to me was putting myself on YouTube. YouTube is worldwide, right? And when I went through YouTube, I was so scared of getting bullied, getting judged, and things like that. I went through bullying when I was younger, as you guys heard on my YouTube. So I didn't know it. I was always worried, like, oh my God, these people are going to find my videos, and oh my God, I'm going to get judged from different people. And when I started getting compliments, like, about my hauls, about this, like, things like that, I was like, oh my God, I felt all the love. And that's where I learned to accept myself, like, I did it for me, you know? And yes, I got compliments from others, but that didn't give me validation of how to learn to love myself. I gave myself that validation by doing what put fear into my heart. And one thing I want to say also is finding your self-worth. Why I'm saying that also is finding your self-worth is very important, especially when you get into a relationship or you're in friendships or for yourself. It takes a long time to go through loving yourself, and you gotta find your self-worth before. The one thing I like to say is if you can't love yourself, or you can't love yourself to the potential of the way you deserve, nobody else could love you the way you deserve. Because if you don't know how to love yourself, how is somebody else going to love you if you don't even know what loving yourself feels like? So you got to definitely find your self-worth and find yourself and do things that put fear in your heart, but don't put yourself in vulnerable situations where you're going to feel doubtful, or you're going to you're just going to be negative towards yourself. You got to put yourself in situations where you're going to be talking positive and giving yourself affirmations and, you know, do things that make you feel good about yourself. Is there anything else I want to say? No, I think that's all I have to say. I feel like I've said everything that needs to be heard. I just hope you guys, whoever's watching this video, comes across this video, and, you know, I hope some of my advice helps. If you guys want me to be more thorough with this type of video, I'll definitely do a second part. But like I said, guys, find yourselves, put yourselves out there, even if it's scary. Do what puts fear in your heart, even though, because you just never know, guys. You just never know what fear could do for you, that it could help you, you know. I just hope whoever's watching this video is going through this self-discovery journey and healing their inner child and healing themselves and doing things for you. Do things for you. That's the point I want to get across. Do things for you, not for others, not for your significant other. Like, even if you're in a relationship, do things for you. You don't have to always do something with your significant other or your friends or your family. You know, do things for you. That's the way you're going to make yourself happy. If you can't do things for you, then there's no way you're going to find happiness within yourself. Just be happy. Do things that's going to make you happy. Do things that, like I said, is going to put fear, but it could break certain things that you thought you could never do. And continue to love yourself and go through your self journey, as long as it takes, because it's not going to be a overnight thing where you're going to find yourself overnight. It's gonna take a whole in-depth journey. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, a comment, and let me know down below what you guys think of this girl talk. And I hope I got across some of you guys, and I hope I helped some of you guys finding yourself and giving you guys the advice that you guys deserve to hear. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.